Come with me to make a collage using emphasis. I started by flipping through magazines and tearing out pages that had images that jumped out at me. Images that I liked for their color, their subject matter, or that I just thought would look cool in this collage. The next thing I did was cut out the images that I liked from each magazine page. I just did a rough cut of the image that I wanted and started to sort of arrange them by color or pattern to see how I liked them together. I'm going to go back in later and cut more specifically around the images that I like. I decided I wanted to use book pages for this collage as my background. I wanted to use book pages because they were a nice neutral background, but they also filled up some of the blank white space. I also chose this as the background because I wanted to paint using watercolors, and I knew that I could paint on the book pages as opposed to the magazine itself. Before you glue down your images, it's important to try to arrange them in a composition that you like. When we're using emphasis, you want to pick one image to highlight in your artwork. You can do this by adding different designs that go around the image or making it bigger than all the other parts of your artwork. I knew that after I was looking at my images, I was going to use this cowgirl as my main emphasis. So I decided to cut around the lines very carefully and detailed. As I was looking at my images, I decided I didn't really love how they were all fitting together in this collage. I looked back through the magazines and found this red car and decided it would be really cool to incorporate with the cowgirl. As I was rearranging them, deciding where I wanted to glue them, I decided to lose the red paper I had glued on the background. I wanted it to look like the cowgirl was standing on the car looking up at the moon that was on the book page. Once I was happy with how I had arranged all three images, I decided to glue them down. It's always important to move them around and make sure you're really happy with their position on the page before you glue them, so that you can move it if you want to. Once my images were glued down, I was ready to start adding my mixed media element. I took white pastel and drew lines that radiated around my image to emphasize it. I also outlined the moon so that it would glow through the paint later. I did these radiating lines all around my image on both sides of each page. Then I went in with my watercolor and painted over the oil pastel to create a wax resist. When you draw with oil pastel and paint over it with water, they resist each other and create this cool effect. Here's how my final product turned out.